morning. Welcome to Saturday Sprints. I am Gillian St. Kevin, author of Empowering Queer Fantasy That Confounds Expectations. I have just scared the dog. She was snoozing very comfortably, and then I suddenly start talking, and she's like, "Oh my God, what's happening?" It's okay. Don't be alarmed. It's just me, the person who has been taking care of you for an entire month. But yes, Morena, Amy, it is awesome to see you. As I was just saying, Jamie is at Auckland Geddon. Springgeddon. No, it's not Springgeddon. Wintergeddon. And so Jamie is going to be having an amazing 3-day weekend, selling books, meeting people. If you are not already in the Discord, pop in there and have a look at all of the excitement that I am sure will happen. Otherwise, yeah. Hello, Ada. I hope that you're feeling better. Amy, yes, there are more Geddons. So we've got Wintergeddon, which is in Auckland, happening today over the King's birthday weekend. Then is it August? I need to know because I'm going to this one. Yeah, in August we have Palmageddon, which is Armageddon in Palmerston North. It is the smallest of the Geddons. And then all the way in October, Labor Day weekend, we have Wintergeddon, which is again in Auckland. So yeah, only the one every year in Christchurch. So, which is slightly sad, but after the amount of Geddons going on, I think we will need to pace ourselves. So yeah, I am excited for all of those. So on a Saturday, what do we do? Belatedly, Amy, if you want to be on camera today, I would love your company. If not, no worries. But, oh, hey, and I just saw Amy's comment. If you want to co-host, let me know. I will go and grab you the link. And I'm going to send it to you on Facebook. But yeah, Saturdays is usually the day that we share what we have accomplished during the week. And this will be a challenge for me. So I'm not actually sure if I've done anything. Let me take a look. But yeah, I've made a dog happy. She's licking my elbow. Oh, okay, I did do something this week. Good morning, Red Fox. It is awesome to see you. Basically, the highlight of my week was going to Governor's Bay to take care of the Governor's Bay puppies twice. They are about this big now. They are so fat and round. The mum is obviously being an excellent dog mum, taking such good care of these little puppies. My favorite is a little black one that has the worst sense of direction ever, or he's just incredibly dumb. But this puppy, the dogs have this circular dog bed with like high-ish raised edges inside of a crate that is surrounded by towels and blankets. And the mum can get up and leave and come back when she needs to. She can go get a drink, take a walk, all of that stuff, even just lie down and have a rest without the puppies. But when she climbs back into the bed, she'll just find a puppy-free spot and lie down, and within about 10 minutes, all of the puppies have found their way to her. Not this little black one though. This little black one, and when he's searching for mum, he'll climb out of the dog bed, go through all of the blankets, and wedge himself against the edge of the crate, and then cry because this is not a mum. This is the edge of a crate. And yeah, I have rescued him a few times, and I'm very fond of him. Mum and my stepdad have reminded me I'm not allowed to get attached, but yeah, I am extremely fond of this little black boy. Ada says, does surviving a 10-year-old's birthday party count? Yes, it certainly does. I went to an 8-year-old birthday a few weekends ago and was completely wiped out by it. So yeah, good for you for surviving that. I also took a dog to a vet this week, so that was fun. This is a 30 kg dog that does not like getting in and out of cars and very much does not like going to the vets. Though once we saw the vet, she got lots of treats, and then she did not want to leave the vet's office, and the vet had to push, I had to pull, and we eventually got her outside again. But yeah, she is doing well. But yeah, I am at the end of a house sit, and what always happens at the end of a house sit is that I immediately start to stress that the homeowners will come home and be like, you have not taken good care of our dogs in our house. We are very unhappy. And so the closer they come to returning home, the more anxious I become. And so I've decided I'm going to address this anxiety in a useful way by making today my big organizational get myself sorted out and clean up so that I can spend tomorrow and Monday doing having a less stressful time of things, just doing itty bitty tidy ups and stuff. So that is the plan. I've made myself a big to-do list, and I'm going to try and do the things on the list that can be done at a computer during our stream. Oh, and we've got Amy. Hello, Amy.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm sun blinded, but I'm sorting it out. I'm good.
Excellent. So basically my plan is to use the stream to kind of cross off all of the jobs that can be done at the computer, and then spend the rest of the day getting ahead on the housework. What about you, Amy? Or are you still blinded by the light?
You might be able to function at the same time anyway. Just getting my headphones set up actually so that you don't get an echo from me. I am rereading over my first draft and just making notes to self and a to-do list and fixing up all the little silly things. So hopefully that'll be...
I'm not actually hearing an echo. Are you getting one on your end?
No, but I'm all hooked up now, so...
We've been talking a lot about the dog, and she is... Yes, here we go. Obligatory dog. No, thank you. I don't want kisses. Yep. Okay, Tota, shoot. Actually, Tota, what have you accomplished this week? Okay, that sounds...
Yeah, I'm like about the same.
Of work. Good dog.
I did not get a hell of a lot. Well, I did not get a hell of a lot of writing done this week. I had a cold and then was catching up on schoolwork. And then there was a colleague, an ex-colleague that she doesn't work at our school anymore, but she died last weekend.
Oh, no.
You may have seen it in the paper. She was found in the harbour in Littleton. And kind of that was pretty devastating. She's only, I don't know, she might have been 50. Like, yeah, she was a Māori teacher at our school, and we had her sort of farewell process on Thursday and Friday. But I just went on Thursday, but yeah, I guess what I went to wasn't a funeral, but it felt like a funeral, and that's pretty draining. You always feel afterwards, it's like, oh. Yeah, so that was this week, and so I have kind of given myself a complete pass and done nothing on my writing. That's fine.
That's really fair. I did a tarot reading for the month ahead, and it was pretty much hermit. All these cards that are like, focus on your inner well-being, meditate. Like, I got 3 different cards that have meditate in the thing, and I'm like, oh.
Wow.
I also got this lovely card. This is not to dismiss actual grief and processing everything, but I've been thinking, okay, I got 3 of Swords, which is heartbreak, betrayal, and emotional turmoil as my external influences, and then 7 of Swords, which is like deception and lies, as my hopes and fears. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to assume that something's going to happen to upset me this month. So I'm going to proactively work on my strength and resilience.
Yeah, and that very much sounds like a combination that is like, and it's not going to be what you expect because it's something you don't realize is bad. Yeah, all that deception and whatnot. Yeah, this was just devastating. This was just plain, basic, just sad. It just felt completely like, and it's completely out of the blue. I don't know if she drowned or if there was a medical event. Sounds like they don't really know, or they're not saying and they don't have to. Oh my gosh, I'm still so washed out by the sun. But yeah, it's just a massive blow. And being we're at the school where they had her body to sort of do the tangi, and just the people there, it was just a massive group. It was just, she's clearly someone who had this enormous influence on so many people and is an incredible loss to the community. So yeah, I'm going to shut the curtain. That'll fix that.
Yeah. Well, you shut the curtain. Since I've already got my cards out, I'm going to shuffle them.
Let's do that.
I am a little bit worried I'm going to pull the Devil card because I know that I've been playing too much Farmville this week, and and the Devil card is like distraction, addiction.
I've been playing a game on my phone too. It's terrible. And listening to an audiobook that I'm totally hooked by. You know, the book The Martian?
Yes.
Yeah, it's another book by that same author called Project Hail Mary. And it's very exciting.
I did not draw the Devil.
Yay!
What
have you drawn?
The Emperor. So the Emperor is the antithesis of the Empress. The Empress is a beautiful big tree that is depicted at night with either a full or a crescent moon. The Emperor is a
new moon.
I don't think it's a pine tree. It is a big tree. Maybe it is a pine. It's got that triangular shape. It's a very big established tree, and it's standing against a completely white background with the midday sun kind of burning right above it. So the Emperor is kind of masculine energy, all of that nonsense. Let's go find out what the book says about it. Oh no, I haven't. Here it is. Fir tree. Thank you, Ada.
That's a kind of pine, isn't it?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the Emperor represents protection, stability, the father. The Emperor is the father. He's the tarot's perfect counterpart to the Empress. He represents the side of you that's protective, decisive, and truly stable. He brings clarity of mind, and this in turn leads to actions or decisions. Sometimes this card is literal and points to a paternal relationship in your life. At other times, it suggests reconnecting with the part of you that stands strong and tall and knows just what to do. With help from the sun, the Emperor can see for miles and miles, and that is Sun, S-U-N, not S-O-N, just because that is where my mind went at first with the father stuff going on.
Yeah.
Ada says, same family. So,
Same family as what?
pine trees, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So, I am going to set my alarm for 5 minutes, and I am not going to tell you how that's my calculator. I'm not going to tell you.
So with you.
I've just opened my calculator a second time.
Are you going to calculate how many minutes are in a second? How many seconds in a minute?
No, I'm going to finally open my clock and timer and set us a 5-minute timer. I'm going to go rogue and not tell you how to do the warm-up because I'm going to assume that everyone knows by now. 5 minutes.
Do what you want.
Here is the Emperor again. 5 minutes starting now. Okay, that is the end of the 5-minute warm up. I decided that I will think about things that I can do to give myself more stability in my life. So things like, yeah, proactively addressing the things that make me feel uncertain, sticking to my schedule that I've kind of drawn up for myself. And yeah, in theory, I have a good plan.
I love a plan like that. Always seems like a good plan. What have I got from that? I guess with what I'm doing, I'm reading through my manuscript, my first draft, and making notes and to-do list, and I guess decisiveness seems like a stretch, but hopefully at least seeing the things that need doing or that the problems that need solutions, even if I can't figure out the solutions yet. So I always think with a plan, the only bit you really need to know is the next step. So hopefully this will allow me to find all my next steps.
Yeah, that sounds
Right?
hopeful. Yes.
Hopeful, but mellowed with realism.
Yes. Court is
Yeah.
trying to get into the headspace of their male main character for the first time by focusing on his relationship with his father, which was helpful. Excellent. I'm really glad that we had an
Nice.
actual father usefulness. During the washing machine beeped. I've got a blanket to hang up outside, and I'm going to shift. I put some of Tota's biscuits on her snuffle mat. She is ignoring them, and she is playing with the empty toy that no longer has food in it. So I'm going to take the biscuits out of the snuffle mat, put them in the toy, and hang the blanket up, and then get back to work.
Nice.
Yep.
Shall we start a 20-minute timer before you head away, though?
Yes.
Nice.
So I've got 20 minutes starting now. My alarm just gave me such a fright.
I accidentally touched my water glass just at the very same moment that it went off, so it was this epic ding. It was like weird. Perfect timing.
That's very cool. I successfully got the blanket out, put biscuits in the toy, and have started my review of the week we've just had. During which time, Toto got very excited about something that was happening outside. I'm hoping that she wasn't too distracting and noisy, but whatever it is gone, and she's now sitting down and staring at the wall. So that's always good.
Well, I didn't notice, but my computer did die halfway through that, so that's why I disappeared. It's like, need to go get my charger.
Yeah. Not a lot has happened in the pup in the chat, besides Court discovering that her pup is afraid of the TV remote and the Xbox controller. Tota is afraid of the vacuum cleaner and the sound that, the thing that sucks the steam away when you're cooking, the sound that thing makes. I notice that whenever I
Expellier.
Expelia?
Expellier? Oh, that's not the actual name for it, though, is it? Extractor fan?
Extractor fan, thank you. Whenever I start cooking, she goes and she hides in the corner behind her crate. But
that's probably a good thing.
Over in the Discord,
you won't trip over her.
That is true. She is a Labrador, and they are famously food obsessed. But in the Discord, we have been giving Ada lots of sympathy. Ada has COVID currently and also had tickets to Hamilton. So,
that sucks.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Yeah. Hopefully, the call to who is it that you are on the phone to, Ada? The COVID line. Hopefully, you're able to get through quickly, and they give you the meds.
Yeah, and they might. I mean, the theatre company don't want people coming if they're sick, so you might be able to get your tickets moved or refunded or something.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I'm going to kick us off with another 20-minute timer. You will be very proud of me. I did not open the calculator this time.
Well done.
So, 20 minutes starting now. Okay, that is the end of our second 20-minute sprint. That was pretty good for me. I have made progress in sort of looking at my next week's schedule and realizing, wow, I have got quite a full week. So, yeah. But I have got potentially 3 more visits to the Governor's Bay puppies. So that makes me very happy.
Nice. I've been marking up my draft, so I think I did 7 or 8 pages, something like that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Over in the Discord, Stitchy has shared a really good question. I'm just going to cut and paste that over here. I suspect that's too big to fit. Oh no, there it goes. Questions for friends. How did you find your editor/beta if you have one? What's the usual price point to offer, or do they charge? If anyone is one, I'd love to just know some stuff. I hope to finish no, and that is when we hit the word count limit. I hope to finish a novel this summer and want to start prepping for the next steps. So I'm going to give us a few minutes to gather our thoughts, and actually I just really want a snack. So
I can answer while you're grabbing your snack. I can just tell you my experience.
Excellent.
Yeah, is that all right? So I use a friend who is an editor, which makes it easy because I already have a relationship with her and I know she's a really good writer. She has more of a literary background in writing, and I write romance novels, but she reads romance novels, so she's familiar with the genre. She's fairly well, like she's had several books traditionally published, and she's done self-publishing as well. And we already get on, and we've worked on projects together in the past. So I have already got a relationship of trust with her. And for me, I think that's important. So I don't know how you'd establish that with someone that you just didn't know, unless they came fairly highly recommended from someone you already did trust, I guess. But I mean, I'm happy to give her information. She's busy working on my project right now, though, so you can't have her right now. But yeah, I also really wanted someone who. So I write in as much as I can in American English because I know that the majority of my readers are reading American English, or even if they're not American, they're used to reading American English because there's probably the most, Anyway, I wanted to avoid any sort of unnecessary confusion or people taking things as mistakes when they're not. And so it helps that she's living in the States. She's not American, but she has been living there for a while. So she's familiar with American English and with likely confusions that I might not pick up on. So I thought that was important too. So what happens is I send her the draft at the state whenever I'm ready, and she calculates it based on word count, and it works out for a full manuscript, which is usually around 85,000 words for me. It usually ends up being somewhere in the $500s US for an edit. And it's similar for, I've used her for both a developmental edit and for a kind of line edit, proofreading stage edit. I tend to do 2 rounds with her. I also would get other people to read it before and between those, so that I'm getting different points of view and not relying solely on the paid editor because I can't afford to do that. But yeah, it costs around $550 US per round. which in New Zealand dollars is like $800 to $900. So it's by far and away my largest expense. But actually thinking about the trust thing, I have recently been using a complete stranger to do cover design, someone I found on Fiverr, and that has been really good. I feel like it's worked out really well. I looked at their work. We did one book cover and then it worked out well. So I kept going back to them. And so I feel like I've built up a relationship of trust with them. But each job that they've done has been like $200, $250 or something. So it's not quite the same amount of money. You know, it's a third of the cost, a third, even less, you know. So the editing is an expensive process. Yeah, it really is. But for me, I think it's a peace of mind thing. Like I can put something out into the world and feel confident that the errors that remain, and there probably are some, there are in every book, I think. Every traditionally published book, every indie published book, there will be a typo somewhere. But the ones that remain are minimal, probably not intrusive, so they shouldn't jar the reader out of the flow. And I think that's where your developmental editing is just as important as your proofreading, kind of line editing, because inconsistencies in character, illogical stuff, or just things that I know that I think I've conveyed that haven't necessarily come across enough, maybe stuff from the character's backstory that I need to flesh out, that I think is clear but maybe hasn't hit as hard as it needs to hit. That stuff, that jars the reader just as much as a misspelling or a double word or a missing word. So, yeah. I also have a very pedantic spouse who is very good at spotting little errors. So he does my final read before I publish. He doesn't charge me. But yeah, I do pay for an edit, and it's a lot of money. But yeah, that's my choice. Yeah. Gillian will return soon and tell you all about her process. I believe she pays an editor. You pay an editor, eh?
Yeah. So I have a friend who is a copy editor for 9 Star Press, and I'm really lucky in that she gives me mates rates and edits for me, and I return the favor and copy edit for her. I try not to talk about the fact that I edit for people on this stream because I want this to be like my writing place, not my editing place. But I do developmental editing and copy editing for friends. And I also do a Franken edit, which is sort of a combination developmental and copy edit aimed at people who are DIYing it and have a small budget. And for that, I charge New Zealand $25 per 5,000 words, which kind of, because that's what I can do in an hour. So it works out as minimum wage here. I would not recommend that for your first book. I think for the first book, it's really worthwhile going out and working with someone who has a lot of experience and is really good at what they're doing, because you will learn so much. It's like taking a personalized writing class aimed at everything that you need to work on. For when I know that I need help, I have a particular editing friend who I go to because she is excellent at telling me where I need to draw out the character reactions more. And yeah, I use her strategically because she is expensive, but she is worth what I pay her. So I use her for like the first book in a series or a book that I'm particularly struggling on, but I know that people have been waiting for, and I can expect to cover the costs of the editing. If I'm writing something dumb and stupid, then I would developmental edit it myself and give it a copy editing pass through my copy editor friend, if that makes sense.
I should say I'm not making back what I'm spending on editing at this stage, but I am working full time. So yeah. Jillian and I are in quite different situations. But the other thing is, with the first book, actually, while it is well worth getting feedback and doing edits and going through the editing process because you learn so much from it, feel free to completely ignore this advice. But my advice would actually be do the edits after you've written the next book.
Oh, yes, for
sure. Is just, I know, the last thing you want to hear when you're about to finish a book, that you then are going to put it in a drawer, literally or not, and start over on something new. It doesn't have to be another whole book. It could be a novella or even just a short story. Finish something else and then come back to it. In the meantime, potentially get a friend who loves that genre to read it. Or if you really want to edit it yourself first, just give it read it as quickly as possible. Make notes to yourself of stuff that really jumps out of you and fix the bare minimum and get someone to read it. Because there's this danger, I think, in going through and just putting all this energy into making the prose just beautiful, and then getting feedback that says you actually don't need that whole first chapter and you have spent hours on that first chapter. So, yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Gillian?
Yes, I actually have 2 books. I'm about at the same level of complete. One I have hopes for traditional publishing, and one I plan to self-publish. That is excellent. But yeah, I want to reinforce everything that Amy's just said, because there is nothing to give you objectivity and clarity about your novel than by writing something else and coming back to it.
And just time. It just takes time. You have to forget what you wrote so that when you read it again, you can read it as objectively as possible, which is not very objectively.
Yep. Okay, It is 11:20. We need to get back to work. Yes.
Yeah.
So, 20 minutes. Oh, let's keep this conversation going in the Discord. Just because we're no longer talking about it on the stream doesn't mean that people can't continue to chime in.
Absolutely.
But yeah, 20 minutes starting now. Okay, it is the end of our third sprint. Let's really briefly check in and then jump into our fourth one. I am pretty much just wrapping up my planning so I can then move on to my next sort of admin-ish task. How did you get on with your editing?
Another 6 or 7 pages. I feel like I'm on such a go slow. I've got a headache. You can probably tell I keep going. The drinks are not hitting it, so I don't know. It's okay. Just do what you can do, right?
Yeah. Stitchy has left us. Their parents discovered a mama cat with kittens, so they've gone to pick up the cat and kittens to foster them. So that's very exciting. But yeah, the rest of us, let's dive into our final sprint for the day. 20 minutes starting now. That will take us over our start time or end time of 12 o'clock. So if people need to dip out early, thanks for joining us. See you next time. 20 minutes starting now. Okay, that is the end of our final sprint for today. I have got myself marginally more organised, and yeah, have the rest of the day to do housework, basically.
Fun times.
Yeah.
We'll have a big red patch. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting back into it. I didn't make huge progress. I think maybe 20 pages of reading over it, making a few notes, but I need to kick this headache.
Yeah. Hopefully you're able to take some time to rest this afternoon and do that.
Yeah,
Good.
I think I can manage that.
Excellent. So yeah,
It's just almost pass.
let's see. Sam has joined the discussion about editing on Discord.
I don't think I'm on the Discord at the moment.
Tota wants to go outside. So I'm going to say goodbye really quickly, but I will be back same time tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Look forward to seeing everyone again then, unless you have exciting King's birthday weekend stuff going on.
I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I can't think about it right now.
Fair enough.
All righty.
Thanks for your company this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks to Amy. And yeah, see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.